Floridians are preparing for severe weather in anticipation of Tropical Storm Idalia, which spent Sunday night swirling roughly 100 miles east of Cozumel, Mexico. It's forecast to strengthen to a Category 2 hurricane and make landfall in the Sunshine State later this week.
In terms of resources, we have mobilized 1,100 National Guardsmen, and they have at their disposal 2,400 high water vehicles, as well as 12 aircraft that can be used for rescue and recovery efforts.
According to the National Weather Service, a hurricane watch is in effect from Englewood to Indian Pass, which includes Tampa Bay.
If you are in the path of this storm, expect to lose power for a certain amount of time, and so just take whatever precautions are necessary as a result of that.
On Saturday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis declared a state of emergency in more than 30 counties, and voluntary evacuations are issued for parts of Hernando County. And there's something else brewing in the Atlantic: Hurricane Franklin.
Hurricane Franklin, and it's about to be a major hurricane off the East Coast, not hitting the East Coast, but the waves, the winds, certainly for Bermuda, the waves and the rip currents, certainly for the East Coast.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Oh, and I'm sure a lot of people here locally wondering, can it bring some showers our way? Anything?
No impact here across North Texas, but again, you do have Idalia. It's going to quickly intensify as well. Going to be a major hurricane, I think, when it makes landfall in Florida a little bit later this week. So let's give you the latest on that, and then we'll talk about our local weather here in just a moment. But yeah, you can see those watches that you just talked about in the package there have been upgraded to warnings now. So you can see those warnings along the west coast of Florida right now for the hurricane warnings and the tropical storm warnings there from the Tampa Bay area, where we do have the hurricane warnings in effect, and those go all the way up into the Panhandle, where we do have those tropical storm warnings now in effect, and even on the east coast of Florida there, down toward Melbourne, Daytona Beach, up toward Jacksonville, looking at tropical storm watches. So this could be a major storm as it works its way into the very, very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico. So still a tropical storm now, 65-mile-per-hour winds, but it's not going to stay that way. As it gets into the Gulf of Mexico, look at these water temperatures. We're talking about record warm water temperatures, 87 to 88 degrees, almost 89 degrees along the Gulf Coast as it moves toward Florida. So it will intensify, Idalia will, as it moves toward the coast. Now it's going to move just off the west coast of Cuba a little bit later today, heading into tonight as a Category 1 hurricane. But then it's going to make that turn toward the coast of Florida, intensifying as we head into Tuesday as a Category 2 storm. And then before making landfall, right now the forecast has it becoming a major Category 3 hurricane with those winds 115 miles per hour as it moves on north of Tampa Bay. The forecast track now has it moving a little farther north on shore there as we get into Wednesday. And then it's going to move along the South Carolina, North Carolina coast, and then get back out over the open waters of the Atlantic. So Idalia will become a hurricane, could be a major hurricane as it makes landfall a little bit later this week on Wednesday.